Hi kids, welcome back to the channel. Hey, if you're new here, please make sure that you check out part one of my Eagle Clear Gloss garage project. I kind of throw in a few tips and tricks on how to put it down, and it might help you out in your project as well. Um, I did it just because I wanted kind of a cheap floor covering. I use and abuse this floor. Actually, I use and abuse the whole garage. In fact, the day after I posted that first video, we got a very bad storm, well over 100-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm in Michigan, and it was just like being in a hurricane. So this garage, the very next day after I posted that video, we ended up using the garage floor for everything. I mean, we were hauling wood in here, vehicles, we were working on chainsaws, tractors, equipment, everything. So it got a little bit of abuse there. The second part of my abusive relationship with my floor is my motorcycle. So I recently got a new motorcycle that didn't run. It's a great bike. It had old gas in it, and I spilled it all over the floor. And me being me, I wanted to know if it would still burn, which it did. And as you can see in the video, I left a pretty good mark on it. However, I was very impressed because what had happened was after I had cooled off, I thought, well, this is kind of ruined the spot for forever now. But I threw a little. Now, simple green is going to be your knight in shining armor when it comes to cleaning this floor. But I threw a little simple green down, some degreaser, and it actually came right up. It cleaned out fine. There's maybe a little mark left, but you can't even tell. And then this is the spot right here that I had actually caught on fire. As you can see, it's still discolored a little bit. I could actually clean it up a little bit better, but it held up really well. Of course, I work on furniture in here. I'm working on the basement, so there's wood and everything else gets kind of slid across the floor from that project too. Now, I use this garage as storage for everything, as well as working on stuff. In fact, my kids, all of his toys, for whatever reason, are in the garage right now, and he he kind of beats on it too. We had sidewalk chalk, all of his toys, the hard rubber wheels that are on his Power Wheels, his wagon, all that just skids across this floor like crazy. And the other big thing was my wagon here. So this, when I got it, it was pretty much buried in a field in Mississippi. And when I got it home, I was determined to make it run. And I did do that. However, this was the grimiest engine I have ever seen in my life. It had zero oil pressure. It had leaked from every orifice of that engine. And so after I got it running, didn't run well, of course, I decided to pull it. I also built a new engine on this floor and spilled pretty much every chemical imaginable on the floor while doing so. I put the engine back in. Of course, when I started it for the first time, I didn't tighten a lot of things down, so it leaked. Everything's good on it now, though. So my 65 project, I might actually do a video on as well, but it's going well. It's been on the road. I've driven it to work a couple of times, so it does run and operate now. Um, but not at the expense of my poor garage and my tools. So, but that's what they're for. That's what I wanted my garage for. What I wanted my garage for, and so that's why it's in here. But I also did brakes on this car, which were just the nastiest things I've ever pulled off a vehicle. And I did notice that the one thing that does hurt this floor is brake clean of all things. So gas catching on a fire didn't seem to matter. Oil wipes right off. Transmission fluid wipes right off. Antifreeze, of course, you can just rinse off. But for whatever reason, brake clean is the Achilles tendon when it comes to this floor. It does start to break it down a little bit. Um, Now that it is over a year old, it's actually gotten a little bit better. I think it's still curing or something, but there's one little spot right here that I can actually see right now because this is where I was doing my brakes, where I had spilt copious amounts of brake clean. Now I think little spritzes and stuff here and there isn't going to hurt it any, but I think when you dump in quite a bit is when it starts to deteriorate the floor a little bit. However, with that, I'm extremely happy with it. Is it perfect? No. Does it still show stains and stuff here and there? A little bit, um, but I don't feel like I'm going to hurt the concrete underneath. This winter, I'll be parking my truck in here that is a plow truck. So it'll be interesting to see how it holds up to salt and the blade on the plow itself. I had it a little bit in here last year, but I was mostly working on this, so I didn't see a lot of salt and snow and stuff in this garage. But overall, I'm extremely, extremely happy. Cleaning it is a breeze. Like I said, simple green is going to be your best friend when it comes to cleaning it. I just spray it down a little bit and power wash it, and the whole garage floor is clean. Sweeping it out, same way. It's very, very simple. So overall, I get it a 9 out of 10. Very, like I said, very happy with it. Is it a four, five, $6,000 epoxy job? No. So you gotta set your expectations a little lower. However, overall, extremely happy, and I do recommend it to anybody. In fact, I just bought a pole barn that's kind of off site, and I think I'll be probably doing the same thing to that. And it's from the 70s, and actually the concrete in that is pretty good. So we'll see how it does with old concrete. This was fairly new when I did it, but um, I don't think it'll make too much difference. I think overall it'll look just like this and mostly the same. So I hope you found this video a little bit helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I try to get back to them as best I can. So hope you enjoyed the video again, and please subscribe if you feel entitled to do so. That would be great. I'm trying to get my channel going, so that will always help. But again, if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Otherwise, we'll talk to you on the next video. I really appreciate it. Thank you.